This video is about changing the engine mounts on a Southerley 95 and the lessons I learned from doing it. Believe me, it was not an easy job, and had I have known what I know now, it would have been far easier. Hope you find it useful. It's only about changing engine mounts. Thank you. I'm not too sure how this has happened. I'm not sure how this has happened at all, because I've gone from coming in, having no noise at all, to that's weird. So it looks like the bearing is gone, and I have to get that sorted. Well, today I'm just going to start on this. I'm not going to do it today, obviously, but just want to make a start and see what we can see, really. The thing is, I suspect the major problem of all that noise is because these engine mounts are not right, and I think they need redoing. They look fairly worn, but it's very hard to see. So the idea today is to try and get at least some of these off. But before I do that, I've got to disconnect the drive shaft, which is there. And that's not going to be easy because, as usual, I've got to squeeze in here. And that's certainly never easy for me. I've got more bruises from this work than anything. Anyway, never mind the complaining. Roy, get on with it. If you're going to replace them, then do them all together. But the one at the back there, you can see, it's not easy to get to. I'm hoping I should be all right, but it's in a cramped space there. Having said that, I'll show you the photograph, but I think that's what's caused all the problem, because the nut on the top of that was off, loose. So I think that started the vibration, which caused the others to deteriorate faster than they should have. But yes, that's life as we know it. That's very thoughtful of somebody. Someone's already been down there and undone that knot for me. So I've been travelling the high seas with that not fixed. No wonder I've got a problem. That's really strange that's come undone. That nut. That's how it is. Just like that. In the words of a famous magician. Yeah, me. So that hasn't been fastened down at all. Good old British weather. Yesterday it was absolutely beautiful. 15 degrees, right? What is it? The 27th of November, yesterday, and it was 15 degrees. Amazing. And then today, it's freezing cold. It's supposed to be 10 degrees, but you can hear the wind. 28 knots. Yeah, 28 knots. Constant 28 knots as well. I'm glad I'm working inside today. Dear me. Let's get this to a suitable height. He says. Always a joy working on engines, especially dirty ones. Right, Roy, pull that forward. Well, finally managed to get that in by jacking up the back of the engine slightly. Give me enough leverage on the front. I mean, this is why you pay a mechanic, really. Is to put up with these ridiculous places to get in. The job itself is quite easy, but I mean, the setting up isn't that easy. You need to know what you're doing, but this sort of thing is relatively easy, just awkward and very, very dirty in an engine bay like mine. So this one, I thought, yeah, this one, not bad at all. And it was on, but when you take it off, that's what you get. Oh, they're good fun, these things. This is not easy to get on or off. Very hard work, in fact. But hopefully, the worst part's over. Well, I hope this goes on better than it came off. Because this is hard work. Certainly getting to the right height. Well, there's no way this is coming off, even with this bar. Not turning. I think I'm going to snap the rod. Nope, that ain't coming, Roy. With a rod like that, and you still can't get a turn on it. That is one tight nut, I'll tell you. The only thing is to heat it, but getting a flamethrower down there is not going to be easy. With all the fumes and all the diesel. I know diesel doesn't ignite very quickly, but at the same time, it's a risky business, Roy. Well, having just had that very difficult job of trying to get those undone, I've just found that the actual engine mount is actually on a bracket connected to the engine. So with a bit of luck, I'll be able to take that off. And that should be an easy job, he says. Nothing's easy on a boat, as we know, but we can only try. And yeah, so that's the job now. Get this mount off, and then hopefully that'll be the job done today. Don't know where I'm going to get that or not. Can't see the camera, but we'll try. I'm hoping. I've only got a small ratchet for this, unfortunately, but let's hope it does the job. Oh, maybe not, Roy. Not winning on this one, am I? I don't know where the bigger ratchet's gone, which is a bit unfortunate. But, let's see what we do with this one. Just get the leverage on it. Well, I think that did it. Dear me. Oh. Now off to the to barge. Well, tomorrow I'm going to the barge tomorrow to do a similar job, just as difficult, and that'll be interesting to look at. It's I'm taking the gearbox out of that. Why? Because I want to. Excellent engine mounts, these. Look at them. I do like this new gadget. It's obviously it won't work on tremendous torque, but you can just start it off by hand. Away you go. It's great for getting into those places where you just got to go a fraction at a time, which is what I'm doing here, where now I can just drill it out and put it back in. Isn't that good? I like it. The trouble I had with this, I had to bring this home. I can't get that off at all. So we're going to try now. We're going to see whether we can do it with levers and all sorts of fancy stuff. Now I've got it where I can get at it. Just to add to my video about getting old, this is what I'm on about really. The difficulties of literally getting in spaces like this. It's certainly not easy. And you just haven't got the mobility to get around everything, or underneath everything, which is the key to this at the moment. I've had a bit of a nightmare, mainly because of trying to squeeze in, lift the engine, and manage with my arms in a very confined space to put the bolts in, and all that's been virtually impossible. Also, the difficulty of lifting the engine high enough, so I've got to lift this very high, you can see there, to get those mountings on. Now what I have discovered is the back plate. The engine mounts on the front are go on a plate to the engine. On the back, the plates actually come off, so that means I can now put the engine mount, put the plate on, and that gives me about 3 or 4 inches less to lift the engine. So I've only got to lift the engine literally about 2 inches to get the plate back on, and I think that's achievable. Well, it's got to be achievable, otherwise there's no other way to put this thing on. So yeah, that was something I learned. And then the other thing is literally one of the difficulties I've got is just here. You should be able to see there. That bolt, I've got to raise up and down quite a lot, and getting in there with a spanner, I can only see there, I can't go any further than that. And then I've literally got a few inches to go, and that's going to take me forever if I've got to adjust this up and down all the time. But I've discovered a crow's foot, so that's quite a handy piece of kit, that really. And instead of paying what was it, nearly £35 for a ratchet spanner that also would not do, because it's curved over at the end, so it wouldn't slot straight on. This now will go on dead easy, and I can turn it as much as I want now. Because there's no lifting points as such, can't connect anything to here, although I could perhaps put a hook on there, bolt that on, but anyway, I'm going to use this. This seems solid enough, and the engine is not that heavy, so the idea is to lift the engine up using this until I've got enough space to put the brackets on. And I think, to be honest with you, that should be a relatively easy job. But look, very close as it is, if only I could get in there. And said that, I need the bolts for that. Might just give me enough there to get a bolt in. Success, Roy, success. All for a little thinking. It's amazing how little thinking we do, really. Well, I do. When I get there, I mean, to be fair, I do get there in the end, and it's often because I've literally most of the time my shortcuts work, but when they don't, I end up coming up with the same solution as everyone else would. I'll give you a closer look at these. This here is the bracket, you can see, and I've managed to lift that. As I say, what I was trying to do with the brackets on was lift the engine this high so I could get that over, and the other thing is to take it off and then put the brackets on separately, and I've done that now, and that's worked really well. And hopefully I just need to get these bolts in now, and job's done, Roy. Tighten everything up, put it all back together, if I can remember where they all went. It's jobs like these really. I'm doing this campaign at the moment about how can we assist the elderly, the aged sailor, to carry on doing what they do, and this is one of those jobs that really is not for older people. It really is something for young, agile people to be able to do these things. And it's not that we don't want to do them, it's just that physically we're not up to it anymore. And you know, there are lots of people who offer to give you a hand, but it's not the hand that you need, it's someone to do the work. You can give them a hand if they do the work, but you can't do the work yourself. And that's the critical bit, I think, which is what people aren't quite getting. It's a godsend, this thing. I'm glad I bought that, I tell you. There's no way I could have done this job without that. Yeah, I've got to give these 24 hours now to settle. Let the engine compress them, take all the weight off it, so that they squash down before it starts assembling it all. Otherwise, what you'll end up with is you get it all sorted, you get it all balanced, and then you find out that it's got to be done again because it's settled in and it's in the wrong place. Now all the mountains are on, the job is to get this in place now, and it's just a question of literally lining this up so that that will go in. That needs to go over that way a bit. Well, this is all battened down now. And look at that. It shares very, very freely. So, no noise for that. I've just had the engine running, but forgot I didn't connect the exhaust, so I need to do that before I run it for a while. Well, I hope you found this useful, certainly for those people attempting to do their own engine mounts. I've learned a lot of lessons with this, and hopefully I'll save other people a lot of trouble. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up or a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help the channel, and it helps me help others by me experimenting and learning lessons that you don't have to.